Hello everybody, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today I've got a cute Easter treat box for you. So we've got a piece of Whisper White. This has been cut to 4.5 by 6. So on the short side here, on the 4.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1.5 inches and 3 inches. Oops. And then I'm going to turn it onto the long side. I'm going to score at 3/4 inch, 2 1/4, 3 3/4, and 5 1/4. Okay. And another thing that we can do before we've finished is we can just score at the 1 1/4 inch mark at the top and stop there, miss a square, and then go down to the bottom. And we can do the same at the 4 3/4 inch mark. So you just score into the first score line, skip that square, and then carry on just to the bottom. Okay, let's remove that. To get my bone folder, I'm just going to zoom in ever so slightly so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to fold and burnish all of those score lines. I'll leave all the measurements, all the score lines, everything over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Now I always leave a direct link in the description box below. So, you know, that will take you direct to this project and to the measurements, because I'll also leave all of the measurements for the DSP layers to make it easier for you so you don't have to think. So we've got all of these score marks here. So what we need to do is at each end here we've got the small score mark, and then we've got the 2 little ones that we've done extra and missed out the middle. So where we've done the extra score line, we're going to cut up that, okay, and then we're just going to fold that out of our way a minute, and we're going to cut up, okay. Then lift it all back, fold that out of the way, and cut down. Okay, now when we've done that, we need to notch this small section. So each side, just gently notch there. Oh, my tummy's rumbling, I hope you can't hear it. Okay, so that you've got that. And then I'm just going to make sure that I've just got a sliver of that out, so that my score line's not left in. And then you do the same thing on all 4 sides. So I'm not going to speed my video up, I'm going to keep going. So at this corner here we've got a larger rectangle and a small one. Cut up the small one, fold all of that out of the way, and then cut up, and then you can notch those. Okay, then unfold it, move that bit out of the way, and cut down to the next score line. Okay, and if you've got a bumpy score line left in, just cut that bit away. Okay, so we've got that, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same at the other 2 corners. So again, we've got the rectangle, then we've got the smaller one, so you're cutting up the score line of the smaller one. Fold the rest of all of that backwards out of the way, so you can then cut up that small rectangle to where it meets its score line and notch, as we're turning those into flaps. This isn't my idea, there's 1,000,000,001 of these on YouTube, on Pinterest, all different sizes for you to try. And so then fold that section back and cut down there. Once you've got the concept, watch a few videos if you want, watch mine. Once you've got the concept, you can basically just change the sizes up and down to suit yourself. So on the last one, we've got the rectangle, the small rectangle, cut up the score line, fold that bit back and cut up, and notch, and notch. And then unfold it and fold that bit back so that you can get in to cut this up to the score line there, and just trim away if you've got a bulky score line. Okay, so then you've got that shape there. So these little flaps that you've notched, fold in like so. Let me just get rid of that. They fold in like so, and they are going to be glued down. And these come in, and it all attaches to each other like so. Those little flaps attach to these flaps here, attached to this bit here, and you're good to go. What I'm going to do first of all is put my DSP on, and I've chosen, let me just get that little, I've chosen gingham gala, and I've pre-cut it all, and I'll leave all of the measurements over on my blog. But basically you need 6 of these small pieces, and these measure, let me see my measurements, 5/8 of an inch by 1 3/8, and then you want one for the front and one for the back, and these measure 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. Okay, so then you just want to stick them, and I've used gingham gala. You can use either side. I think I might use the small squares actually. Shall I, shan't I? No, I'll use the larger side. And this is the lovely yellow one, whose precise name has escaped me. And I'm just using tape runner. I would actually prefer to use wet glue, but I'm just trying to be a little bit quicker. And the reason I'd rather use wet glue is because they are little tiny pieces, you know, and it can be easier to manoeuvre if you've got wet glue. So you need them on there, okay, and then you need them on this side here. At least we've not got too bad glary light today. I do apologise, I can't always control the lighting on my videos. Very well. Okay, that fits on there like so. And then this is going to be the front and the back. So we want some DSP on there. And one on there. You'll have seen these done before, you know, as I say, it's a popular design, but I just wanted to do it using this lovely DSP, and I've never had a go, so I thought I'd have a go. There we go. Okay, so now we can start and construct our box. So I'm going to fold the flaps in there, and I am using my tape runner. I would rather use wet glue or a strong red line tape. Okay. So tape on all of those flaps, close to the edge as you can. And then we're going to need to put some glue on these flaps as well. Might glue that. So we're just folding this tab into there to make a little box shape. Try and do it as neat as you can, and then it'll close nicer. Same there. Same there. Same there. Okay, and then these flaps here need to come up and go together. Just move your bits out of the way if they're in the way. So whichever you decide is your front or your back, make sure that you glue the flaps the same way, whichever way you choose. I'm going to just use glue here. Am I? No, I'm going to use tape runner. So I'm putting some quite close to the edge there on that side, and close to the edge there on that side. Okay, and then you join these together. They won't overlap each other perfectly because of the size of the box, so just try and eyeball it so that it's fairly square and the top parts meet each other. If it's not quite, that's not quite right. Let me try that again. Is that square? No. My eyes are absolutely useless. What'll do for me? And there we go. So there we go. So we've got our little box. You can put your little treats in. I've got these little eggs that I got in a little gift from one of my team members. In fact, the colouring of this box was inspired by the gift that she sent me. That will be on my YouTube tomorrow. So I'm putting these little eggies in here, and little sweet treats. Okay, and then this will lift up and it will close like so. Now, let me just adjust that there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wrap some ribbon around, then we're going to do some stamping. So I'm closing it with some, what is this, Gorgeous Grape? No, is it Gorgeous Grape? Is it? Grapefruit Grove. I'm making names up now. Blatantly making them up. Right, so let me just cut myself a length of ribbon to close this little cute box. Okay. So if you've not tried one of these, give it a go. It's super easy. If I can do it, you can do it. I just can't tie a bow. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing a bow. Let's have a look. Because this is super skinny ribbon, it might let me do a bow. Oh, cute. Oh, it's let me. How cute. How I would rather it be in the other direction, but never mind. We'll go with what we've been given. We won't complain. Right, so this is where I get to do a bit of stamping now. So I've chosen Mango Melody, beautiful colour, and I'm using my 1 3/8 of an inch scalloped circle. Okay, just put my little boxy there, clear that desk a bit, and then I have some scrap here, and I am stamping, and I'm using a Good Day set. It's an awesome little set for when you want to just decorate a little tiny thing with a little tiny decorative sentiment. And I'm using the bunny rabbit. And yes, I say bunny rabbit. I'm a mummy and I still say bunny rabbit, doggy on choo-choo train, even though my kids are all pretty much grown now. Okay, so I've used grey granite there, and this should just about fit in the 1 1/8 scallop circle pinch, which will then layer lovely. Let me just grab some dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to my box, but I'm only going to attach it to one flap, and then when it opens I'm just going to attach it there, so that when it's closed it's over the whole of the box, but when it opens it, you know, it will still open, basically. So if I put my dimensional there, what's wrong with that? That dimensional is not sticky. Okay, put my dimensional there in the middle. Okay, and then I can centre my coloured disc like so. Okay, and then I can get my stamped one, and that can go directly in the centre then. Okay, that can go right in the centre of that one. Like so. You could colour that little bunny rabbit in if you want. And then what I'm also going to do is just add this little, it says hello friend, which I love. It's a little tiny sentiment. So I'm going to stamp that in my grey granite, like so. And then I'm going to just punch it out with my classic label punch. And I'm going to turn it into a little banner. So what I'm doing is I'm punching it about there, a little bit further on maybe, so that I've got one with a pointy end and one with a flat end. And then what I'll do is I will just poke that back in my punch, like so. See whereabouts I want it, and then just punch, and that just nips that end off into a banner shape for me. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same here with some Mango Melody. Nip that off there. Measure how much of it I want, because I'm going to double layer them up, so I just want to just nip that end off. And then I'm going to use some wet glue, if I can just get it flowing. And just put some glue just on the top line of there, like so. And then layer those up just a little bit offset, like that. Hello friend, I think that's awesome. And I'm just going to attach that to the top of there with a little bit of wet glue. It won't stop the box opening, it won't infringe on any of the mechanisms because I'm just gluing it just on that half. Okay, I've splodged glue a bit, I just need to leave that to dry. My little bow. So there we go, my finished little box. I think that's awesomely cute. Let me just zoom in. So they call them split top boxes. Go and give it a try. It's so much fun. Really, really easy to do. I leave all of the measurements and all of the details over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me. Bye.